You don't get on with
No.
him?
No, you're right, I don't.
Any more when you get on with Mr. Dawson?
That one. I'd dance at his funeral any day.
He was the reason you left home, then?
I didn't leave, I was booted.
Why was that?
Because I took an exception to him feeling free to give me Mama good hiding every time the fancy took him. She might have been prepared to put up with it, but I wanted, so I had to go, didn't I? Roy had room, so I moved in with him. Why not?
You're going to marry him?
If he asks. He wants to. If he doesn't, then...
Not much of a prospect, is he? If he carries on the way he's going.
I happen to love him. Or is that something you just wouldn't understand?
Why on earth should you think that?
Look, he's not one of your real villains, you know. One of your heavies.
No, he's just a burglar. Somebody who breaks into other people's homes without any regard at all for the possible consequences, the effect it could have on these people for the rest of their lives.
Look, am I going to be charged, or aren't I?
No, not this time if it can be avoided, but it's actually entirely up to your mother.
Oh, Bobby. I mean, no prizes for guessing who dragged you lot in.
Look, I'll talk to her again, OK? Tell her that you return the money just as soon as you've got your social security, right?
Right.
Your work.
Ah. It's Roy's.
Very good.
He went to art school for 2 years. Still couldn't get a job when he left.
You will return the money?
Said I would, didn't I?
Hey, give us a fag. That's her. She's loaded. She goes to the shops every afternoon about 2. Stays about an hour. Regular as clockwork.
It's a bit risky, isn't it? In broad daylight.
Not if you're careful. Know what you're doing, what you're looking for. What time have you got?
It's just gone 1 o'clock.
Good. Time for a jar first.
Any particular brand of cat food, Mum?
No, I don't think so. Just see what I've got, eh? Down at the supermarket.
Yes, Mum.
Didn't know you had a cat now, man.
I haven't.
There's news from the Burnley Chess Club. Alan Muirhead discovers the advantages of visiting
honestly.
USA. And in our Olympic spot today, Dave Netherwood talks to Dick Hope about prize-winning vegetables. But first, news of a programme on Thursday.
Mrs. Davis.
Come in.
Thank you.
Sit yourself down.
Oh, thanks.
This week,
Oh,
the
go, though, innit?
competition features the New Romantics, a movement which has aroused quite a...
I saw Arlene last night. She assures me she'll pay you back just as soon as she's got her social security.
She says.
I have every confidence that she will. And when she does, we'll leave it at that, shall we? I have given her a stiff talking to. I'm sure it won't happen again.
I'm sure I don't know what Bobby will say.
She's your daughter, Mrs. Davis, not Mr. Dawson's, and it was your money she took.
All right, then we'll leave her.
Now, about Arlene, Mrs. Davis.
Yeah?
There's every chance that this boy she's living with will be sent to boarding school.
See? Now, I've told you about it till I'm sick. You must just be attracted to that type, that's all I can think. Sure, I don't know where she gets it from.
She told me she went to live with Roy Brown because she was kicked out of your house.
I wouldn't say she was kicked out as such.
Oh, what would you say?
Well, she made no effort at all to get on with Bobby. I mean, he gave her things, made no difference. She wasn't wearing him at any price, that was that.
And as far as you're concerned, Bobby comes first, right?
Well, we're going to get married, you see. Bobby has said we'll get married. Do you want a fag?
No, thank you. And what about Arlene? She's hardly more than a child, Mrs. Davis. You do have a certain responsibility towards her, even if she's 18 now.
Well, she'll be all right. She's always been able to fend for herself as that one.
Perhaps because she's had to.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do, Mrs. Davis. Now, look, she's keeping bad company. And it's my experience of that sort of situation that it's only a matter of time before she's in trouble herself with the police. The fact that she helped herself to your purse when she's never done anything like that before points the way.
Yeah, well, I just can't have her back with me. I just can't. My nerves won't stand it. I know they wouldn't. So, she'd just like to give me the money back. We'll call it quits, right?
Goodbye, Mrs. Damon.
What's that?
What are you talking?
I'll have to go back.
All right, you stay with it. Mr. Logan should be there in about 10 minutes.
How bad is she?
It's hard to say. She's still in a coma. Head wounds are always bad news. Any witnesses?
One of the neighbours saw a couple of kids driving off on a motorbike, but she didn't get much of a look. Is the boss in?
Over at the hospital.
Oh.
What does the doctor think?
She could be unconscious for hours, longer.
The minute she shows any sign of coming round, you get me, son, right?
Yes, sir.
Got any plasters, have you?
Oh, come in, Dina. What have you done?
I knocked it, scraped it on my bike.
I'll have a look. So I don't think I've got much, but...
Hey, you've got a cat.
Yeah. Only got a bandage. I'll dab it with cotton wool, but you'll have to have something else later.
That's all right. Ow!
Ooh, you'll have to have some stitches, you know, Dina.
Oh, I'll be all right.
Put this on for now. It won't be very good.
You've got nice warm hands.